Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, June 28, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 666 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Oakland police chief speaks on budget cuts, spike in violent crime. American Airlines passengers describe really scary emergency landing in NC. Kristi Noem knocks Biden administration from Mount Rushmore for denying July 4th fireworks. The Supreme Court's potentially explosive voting rights case. White House, Biden respects right to protest peacefully after U.S. Olympic athlete demonstrates against anthem. AOC dismissal of rising crime rates comes despite massive spikes in own city. What's clawing up these great white sharks? Probably an unwilling entree, experts say. Monday is the last day to opt out of the first child tax credit payment. What to know? Former House Democrat posts meme appearing to allege Zionists did 9/11. Mitch McConnell could blow up the bipartisan infrastructure deal after Biden reassured Senate Republicans. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Middle of a crisis, in southwest Missouri, health officials urge vaccinations to prevent further spread, stltoday.com. Microsoft won't confirm exactly which CPUs work with Windows 11, yet, The Verge. Missing Florida woman was on phone with husband, as building came crumbling down, NBC News. Ethiopian forces retreat in Tigray, and rebels enter the capital, The New York Times. The Pacific Northwest has limited AC, making the heat wave more dangerous, NPR. Supreme Court denies New Hampshire lawsuit over Massachusetts income tax for remote workers, WCVB Boston. Miami area condo collapse, death toll rises to 10 as rescue reaches fifth day, The Wall Street Journal. McConnell warns Democratic tactics to push Biden priorities could sink bipartisan infrastructure deal, CNN. Dragon Man skull dumbfounds, digs up doubts about human evolution, CNET. Juul settles NC vaping case, agrees to pay $40 million, The New York Times. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Cleveland outfielder suffers gruesome leg injury in collision. Kim Kardashian schemes made Team USA's official loungewear for Tokyo Olympics. Charles Barkley humiliated when he cannot turn off phone on live TV. Supreme Court declines to hear major transgender bathroom case. Heptathlete Lindsey Flack competes in Olympic trials while 18 weeks pregnant. Wuhan lab scientist gives her insider take on coronavirus leak theory. Miami condo collapse, death toll rises to 10, 151 people still missing. Tristan Thompson's glowing birthday post to Khloe Kardashian raises split questions. 23 awesome pool floats, rafts and inflatables you'll love all summer. Yabba Dabba dispute solved, Fred Flintstone house can stay. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. First pitch during game ends in huge surprise. Governor Lamont addresses spike in gun violence. Resident says laws will impact victims. 3 dead after violent weekend in Kansas City. Firefighter who died from COVID-19 laid to rest. Activist has an agenda, but no candidate. 17 shot, 2 fatally, in mass shootings. Farmer who got COVID-19 wishes he had gotten vaccine. Man yelled anti-gay slur before stabbing. Bear spotted in Sandy Springs neighborhood. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Iraq condemns U.S. airstrikes on Iran-backed militias. After another Times Square shooting, police officers will flood area. Paulo Mendes de Raja, architect of concrete acrobatics, dies at 92. Ethiopian forces retreat in Tigray, and rebels enter the capital. Death toll in Florida condo collapse rises to 10. Hive updates, Biden will meet with Israel's outgoing president. An unmarried Catholic school teacher got pregnant, she was fired. Jill settles NC vaping case, agrees to pay $40 million. When a valedictorian spoke of his queer identity, the principal cut off his speech. Carl Nassib came out, coaches and teammates need to step up. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Portland police release video of officer involved shooting to quell misinformation after violent protest. Americans should be very concerned about weaponized Department of Justice, Georgia AG Carr on America's Newsroom. Washington teacher hands out flyers advising kids on abortions without parental consent, outraging parents. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez slammed for calling concern over spike in crime hysteria. Partygoers leave NYC park littered in trash after chaotic Pride event. Miami condo collapse, remembering the dead and missing as officials confirm 10th victim. Families stock up on fireworks for July 4th amid supply shortage. Cruise calls for CDC to follow the science and scrap airline mask mandate before July 4th holiday. Driver at large after striking 4-year-old outside Texas gender reveal party. National Archives criticized by Republicans over reports labeling Rotunda example of structural racism. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, June 28th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Child tax credit, what will the revised credit mean for families? Child tax credit, who qualifies for a monthly check? Fourth stimulus check, where do things stand with another relief payment? The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Britney Spears' sister Jamie Lynn finally breaks her silence over conservatorship battle. Highways England accused of vandalism after pouring concrete beneath 159-year-old bridge. Womit Festival cancelled as Peter Gabriel blasts Boris Johnson over COVID test event status. Thug jailed for life for murder of partygoer he left in vegetative state. South African women able to marry as many men as they want at the same time under proposed law. Off-duty firefighter single-handedly rescues family of 5 from car that burst into flames. Prince Harry mentions his brother in video for Diana Awards ahead of their meeting to unveil statue. Not so foolish after all. Pyrite, also known as fool's gold, can contain tiny amounts of the real stuff. Gogglebox Pete McGarry dead age 71 after a short illness. White House backs hammer thrower Gwen Berry. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Polish church report lists sex abuse of over 300 children. Biden's lose-lose game in Afghanistan. Canada sets record temperature of almost 116 degrees amid heat wave, forecasts of even hotter weather. Florida condo collapse echoes tragedies in Brazil, Egypt and India, where lax oversight takes heavy toll. Nude sunbathers fined in Australia for violating coronavirus lockdown after a deer scared them into a forest. COVID-19 global updates, spread of Delta variant prompts new restrictions worldwide. Israel, counting on herd immunity, declines to reimpose most restrictions as Delta variant spreads. U.S. journalist detained after Myanmar military coup says he was tortured. Rebel forces in Tigray claim to have regained control of the embattled Ethiopian region's capital. Nicaragua's police spread fear with arrests, raids. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. France v Switzerland, Euro 2020 last 16, live. Wimbledon 2021, Andy Murray v Nicolas Basilashvili, Stevens beats Kvitova, live. Biden calls for federal investigation into Miami condo collapse, live. Heat dome in Pacific Northwest breaks records as Portland braces for 115th. Spain's Alvaro Morata finds something extra to beat Croatia in thriller. France's Schiaffo stuns Stefanos Tsitsipas in first-round upset at Wimbledon. Coronavirus live news, Hong Kong to ban flights from high-risk UK, Portugal to quarantine unvaccinated Britons. Mixing COVID vaccines offers strong immune protection, study. Juul, accused of marketing to teens, settles vaping case for $40 Swedish PM Stefan Löfven resigns after losing confidence vote. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Blackhawks hire outside firm to investigate allegations. Transgender student wins bathroom battle after Supreme Court rejects school's appeal. Police presence to ramp up in Times Square after Marine shot. Groups file federal complaint over conditions at ICE lockup. Disney delays test cruise over inconsistent virus results. 7-year-old girl suffers apparent shark bite. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Canada weather, heat hits record 46.6 CS. U.S. Northwest also sizzles. Tigray conflict, unilateral ceasefire declared, State TV. Juul to pay $40 min U.S. lawsuit over teen targeting claims. Miami building collapse, rescuers search air pockets. Miloš Zeman, Czech president calls transgender people disgusting. Climate change, court set for rise in compensation cases. Mixing COVID vaccines gives good protection, study suggests. North Korea, citizens worried by Kim Jong-un weight loss. U.S. strikes in Iraq and Syria target Iran-backed militia facilities. France elections, tough lessons for presidential rivals. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. 40-foot trench dug in search for survivors at condo collapse site, Wimbledon begins, 5 Things podcast. 10 dead, 151 still missing after building collapse in Miami, what we know Monday. A glimmer of hope, new leadership for Southern Baptists offers an opportunity for racial reconciliation. Surfside mayor, little girl was praying alone for missing parent in Florida condo collapse. Remembering those who died in the condo building collapse in Surfside, Florida. We're going to have to get used to this, Pacific Northwest scorched and dangerous, record-breaking heat wave. Teen watched condo collapse from her bedroom thinking that's going to happen to our building. Family of missing 92-year-old grandmother finds her photos in Florida condo collapse debris. SA reports highest number of travelers since March 2020 ahead of July 4th, mixing Pfizer, AstraZeneca could work, live COVID-19 updates. A tropical depression moving toward Georgia and South Carolina may make landfall late Monday. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Mandarin translation, a letter to my parents about depression and mental illness. Shell fire, lava fire swell as California contends with bone dry conditions, record heat. Southern California heat wave brings record temperatures ahead of looming thunderstorms. The new Delta Plus coronavirus variant has been identified. What does that mean? California is still highly segregated by race despite growing diversity, research shows. Allegations of a wild murder conspiracy involving CHP officers, lawyer, wife, daughter. Summer dreams dry up on the Russian River, a paradise swept by drought, flood and fire. Op-ed, memo to Saddleback Church, replacing Pastor Rick Warren is a minefield. Fires in Kern County, Northern California grow as temperatures soar. Republican gubernatorial candidate John Cox proposes plan on California homelessness. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, June 28, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Justin Trudeau says Pope Francis should apologize on Canadian soil for churches rolling residential schools. Abu Dhabi to ban unvaccinated people from public places. Canada unveils plans to make online hate speech a crime. Canada hits record temperature of 46.1 cm amid heatwave. Canada. France's highest appeals court outlaws the hunting practice of trapping songbirds with glue. Xi Jinping and Putin agree to extend China-Russia cooperation treaty. Boat with 20 dead bodies found drifting off Turks and Caicos Islands. 11-year-old girl reportedly becomes UK's youngest mom to give birth. People take up arms in 2 more provinces to fight Taliban. China releases new video, images from its Huron Mars rover. UN calls for end of impunity for police violence against black people. Human rights. Hong Kong to ban all flights from UK over Delta variant as Britain classified as extremely high risk. Australia, National Cabinet agrees to make COVID-19 vaccinations mandatory for residential aged care workers. Germany seeks to ban British travellers from EU. New Zealand to ban most single-use plastics by 2025. The next headlines are from Forbes. This Manhattan penthouse could reportedly sell for $170 million as luxury real estate begins to bounce back. Americans are still cautious about July 4th celebrations and travel, polls show. The best New York pizza you've never tasted is available for a limited time. McConnell urges everyone to get vaccinated as one of his senators does the opposite. The upheaval in order fulfillment processes. Billionaire Kim Kardashian West schemes to dress Team USA at 2021 Olympics. Scottie Pippen slams former coach Phil Jackson as racist, says Michael Jordan was selfish. Euro 2020, Spanish redemption in 5-3 thriller against Croatia. How Levi's made it through to the other side of the pandemic. Millions deferred auto loan payments during COVID shutdowns, most landed on their feet. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Pandemic pressures made parents consider quitting academia. Digital secrets of successful lab management. First video and sounds from China's Mars rover intrigue scientists. Why academic administration was the right choice for me. Mental health of graduate students sorely overlooked. Audio long read, How COVID exposed flaws in evidence-based medicine. Breeding heat-tolerant corals to save the Great Barrier Reef. The COVID pandemic's lingering impact on clinical trials. SARS-CoV-2 mRNA vaccines induce persistent human germinal center responses. Photo-induced copper catalyzed asymmetric imitation via ligand cooperativity. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,714,767,259 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Zakir Hussain on joining Disney's Mira, royal detective to add authenticity. Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey talk, very vaguely, about future plans for their title streaming service. CMT Music Awards to air on CBS beginning in 2022. Uncle Frank, It's a Sin leads awards at 60th Monte Carlo TV Festival. Bet Honoree Queen Latifah praised by Taraji P. Henson, Jennifer Hudson and H.E.R. Dwayne Johnson starring in holiday action-adventure Red One for Amazon Studios. Netflix unveils WitcherCon schedule, TV news roundup. Dana Brunetti's Cavalry launches talk show podcast with Remy Bader and Connor Wood. Courtney Cox, Zac Efron, Mark Hamill among nominees as Daytime Emmys reveal children's, animation, lifestyle categories. Nat Budapest International postponed to June 2022, no virtual edition. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Investigations into what caused the Surfside condos collapse have already begun. The Pacific Northwest has limited AC, making the heat wave more dangerous. North Korean state media discusses Kim Jong-un's emaciated looks. A hospital charged more than $700 for each push of medicine through her floor. The UN rights chief says reparations are needed for people facing racism. Official death toll climbs to 10, the latest on the condo collapse in Surfside. A new era dawns in college sports, as the NCAA scrambles to keep up. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison sees the cycle of inaction on police reform. COVID-19 outbreaks across Australia ramp up pandemic restrictions. All-time records fall as a heat wave roasts the northwest U.S. The following headlines are from The Week. The increasingly Republican pandemic. LeVar Burton, permanently hosting, Jeopardy! Is what I'm supposed to do. Jewel to pay North Carolina $40 million after allegedly targeting young people with e-cigarettes. Why Biden got tripped up on his own infrastructure deal. Supreme Court declines to hear bathroom case in victory for transgender student. The spectator who caused the Tour de France pileup has reportedly fled the country. It's so hot in Portland that transit power cables are melting. Study suggests Pfizer, Moderna COVID-19 vaccines could provide years of protection. Kim Jong-un's emaciated looks are worrying broken-hearted North Koreans, state TV reports. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Austin performer Paige winning star is creating new worlds as a trans musician. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Most exoplanets won't receive enough radiation to support an Earth-like biosphere. Light Sail 2 has now been in space for 2 years, and should last even longer before re-entering the atmosphere. Gravitational wave detector could sense merging primordial black holes with the mass of a planet, millions of light years away. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, June 28. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. An Antarctic lake suddenly disappears. Meet the world's first wooden satellite. U.S. intelligence report, 140 unexplained UFOs, no aliens. Supermassive black holes help with star birth. The next news is from Politico. Setback for far-right leader in French local elections. Russia's top diplomat slams West, deriding EU as Biden's choir. George Floyd's murder transformed America. Biden won't attend Tokyo Olympics. Federal court tosses antitrust suit seeking Facebook's breakup. Psaki, no plans for Biden to travel to site of apartment collapse. White House targets corporate giants in draft executive order. New Middle East airstrikes inflame Democratic war powers debate. GOP senator jams up Pentagon pick over Biden's Navy plan. Supreme Court declines to take up COVID-related tax dispute over telework. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Vaccine advertising campaign needed now to counter misinformation. The bushfire investigation the government wants to stay secret. Failure to model costs of climate change to coal, gas beggars belief. Shortage of people, CBA defends labor hire to fight financial crime. He was someone's son, suburb farewells a friend and gentle giant. On a different level, Fiddler hails Blues Back 5 as most poll earned ever. Treasurers claim budget is on a sustainable trajectory doesn't add up. Refugee soccer player sues federal government over Thai detention. Crypto crackdown, UK bans Binance as global scrutiny hardens. Richest nation or richest people, economic supremacy in the balance. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Futures movers, oil prices end at more than a one-week low on demand concerns, OPEC plus output uncertainty. Coronavirus update, study finds Pfizer and Moderna vaccines may offer COVID protection for years, as Australia struggles to contain Delta variant. Under Armour posts more than 2,300 new jobs and hikes minimum hourly pay 50% to $15. IPO report, IPO market expected to see pre-July 4th rush of 17 deals as issuers jump in ahead of traditional low. Crypto, one of the largest owners of Bitcoin, who reportedly held as much as $1 billion, is dead at 41, reports. The number one asset in my portfolio is a 2017 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Some Americans are making tidy profits selling their used cars. Market snapshot, Dow off about 170 points in afternoon trade, as Nasdaq extends record climb. Outside the box, stop the steal campaign by losing candidate in Peru must end. Portland and Seattle hit 100 plus degrees. What's a heat dome and how is climate change bringing these extremes? Metal stocks, gold ends higher, scoring back-to-back gains. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Sharing scientific knowledge, OPT, Eurasia Review. Satterstrom, longtime director of OCR, honored for 25 years of leadership, Yale News. 10 questions about patent prosecution that inside counsel should be able to answer. The Legal Intelligencer, law.com. World Environment Day and BPTO Green Patent Program, Lexology. Does Congress really want to stop medical innovation? The Highland County Press. The Supreme Court preserves the PTAB and provides for greater oversight over PTAB judges, intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. ICO issuer and CEO settle SEC charges for conducting unregistered and fraudulent securities offering, corporate commercial law, United States, Mondac News alerts. Ravi Shankar Prasad locked out of his Twitter account explained, Inventiva. A point of principle, intellectual property, Russian Federation, Mondac News alerts. Key differences in U.S. and Chinese inventiveness for SEPs, Law Asia. The next headlines are from Quartz. Amazon's Wicker acquisition is a push to win military contracts. Want to cool your home, save money, and curb climate change? Try a heat pump. The balance in Nike's business is shifting dramatically. Sleep deprivation. Serena Williams isn't explaining her decision to skip the Tokyo Olympics. Safari Rally, the World Rally Championship has returned to Africa. What are the chances that a building will suddenly collapse? Where are the world's millionaires? LNG terminals are a ticking time bomb for investors. The future of wind energy is floating turbines on the ocean. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin sentenced to 22 years for killing George Floyd. Marco Rubio jumps to the head of the line of ignorant fools pushing dumb social media regulation bills. Daily Deal, the 2021 Ultimate Learn to Code Training Choose a Bundle. Cable giant Altus demonstrates why a lack of broadband competition matters. Florida steps up to defend its unconstitutional social media law, and it's every bit as terrible as you'd imagine. Funniest, most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Gabby Douglas. Croatia vs. Spain. Jack Harlow. Zendaya. David Pasternak. Megan Fox. Courtney Love. Method Man. Kim Jong-un, North Korean. Hector Santiago. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. What? Beirut bank stormed by angry protesters, group claims $180K of stolen cash recovered for people of Lebanon. All-time classic, Spain outlast Croatian fight back to book Euro 2020 quarter-final spot after pulsating clash in Copenhagen. Rockets and mortars fired at U.S. base in Syria in reprisal for airstrikes against Shia militia, reports. Death of John McAfee, Bitcoin evangelist and digital outlaw, ruled suicide as family demands second investigation. You get what you deserve, conservatives cheer as pro-censorship group Right Wing Watch gets banned on YouTube. Supreme Court punts on transgender bathroom case, handing victory to trans student. Belarus to become first state to leave EU's Eastern Partnership, Minsk will recall envoy and cut ties in face of Brussels sanctions. Dozens of bodies, many of them buried COVID victims, are washed from banks of India's Ganges by seasonal floods and Flowdown River. UK government investigating after classified defence documents left at bus stop, minister apologises for mistake by individual. Polish Catholic Church seeing persistently quite high number of sexual abuse allegations, official says. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Facebook soars past $1 trillion market cap after district judge dismisses FTC's antitrust case. When will the supply chain collapse finally stabilize? Here is Goldman's take. Sydney enters 2-week lockdown as closed border fails to keep Delta out of Australia. Developer of collapsed Miami condo once allegedly paid off officials. Oakland defunds $17 million from police budget. Fact-checking virologist who worked at Wuhan lab is suddenly open to lab leak hypothesis. Trump responds to former AG William Barr's claims about 2020 election. Just another summer weekend of mayhem, 77 shot in Chicago as understaffed PD braces for July 4th. Capitalism does not equal corporatism, Part 1. NHC monitoring 2 Atlantic Basin disturbances and 1 hurricane in Eastern Pacific. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. UK's Javid confident over July reopening despite COVID surge. Freed US editor says he was tortured in Myanmar. Jail to pay North Carolina $40 for targeting teens with essays. Ethiopia declares immediate, unilateral ceasefire in Tigray. Memories of a Honduran coup. Russian court upholds 9-year sentence for U.S. ex-Marine Reid. Italy calls for African task force to tackle growing ISIL threat. Mix-match method boosts the immune response of AstraZeneca jab, study. Bitcoin leads crypto rally despite UK's Binance crackdown. U.S. Supreme Court rejects contractors' Abu Ghraib torture appeal. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Senate Democrats plan nearly $4 trillion reconciliation package as far left condemns bipartisan infrastructure deal. Maxine Waters, Feinstein will be under great criticism if she doesn't nuke the filibuster. Poll, 55% believe Biden should continue Trump's border policies. Florida, Iowa, and Nebraska police reinforcements deploy to West Texas border. House Democrats stall member retirements in hopes of maintaining slim majority. Watch, vulnerable Democrat Haley Stevens hides in car, refuses to answer questions on China. Ukraine pulls out of anti-China UN statement after reports of Biden freezing aid. Shame on all of us, vulnerable Democrats object to Pelosi holding infrastructure hostage. Mitch McConnell demands assurances bipartisan infrastructure bill is not hostage to reconciliation with Green New Deal socialism. Nolte, Rep. Mo Brooks treats CNN the way every Republican should treat CNN. The next headlines are from UPI News. Red Robin staff find lost wedding ring in trash. Lori Zool fulfills wish to find message in a bottle. Watch, man climbs tree to rescue cat, fire crew rescues both. Watch, man builds drivable Navy destroyer on golf cart. Baton Rouge family surprised by $50 billion mistaken deposit. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. All the salt fun facts you need to know. Elvish more popular than Irish, online learning leads to fictional language rise. The weirdest things you can do this summer. Why cybersecurity is important for all businesses. Understanding candles and their secret meanings. 5 things nobody tells you about growing up. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Amputee who can only walk for 20 minutes at a time climbs England's 3 highest peaks. Stunning cafes will make you feel like you're stepping into a comic book. This one tree is changing tropical forest agriculture in Honduras and the world. Simple blood test that can detect 50 types of cancer is accurate enough to be rolled out. Dragon Man discovery of largest ever Homo sapien skull may be new species most closely related to modern man. The hero who jumped into the bay to save a toddler is honored to accept ride with the Thunderbirds. Watch. A trail angel sprinkles good eat along Appalachian Trail for unsuspecting hikers. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Inside the eye of robins, researchers find magnetic field detecting protein that may be long-sought migration sensor. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, June 28. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Peculiar parasitic fungi discovered growing out of the rectum of a 50-million-year-old fossilized ant. Transgender student wins as U.S. Supreme Court rebuffs bathroom appeal. On the back of a golf cart, a man constructs a drivable Navy destroyer. News media. Staggering lockdown breach sees sunbathers caught buck naked. By locking fat people's upper and lower jaws together with a tooth-to-tooth metal lock, a team from the University of Otago and from Leeds, UK, intend to slim those fat people down. Drunk student driver kills van owner in freak mishap. As stick shifts fade into obscurity, collectors see opportunity. Cars with manual transmissions, even late models, are holding their value as the collector market hunts for rarity. This is the last Arthur Treachers in America. Buck naked, nude sunbathers fleeing deer fined for breaking Sydney lockdown. Make-A-Wish flip-flops won't require terminally ill kids to be vaccinated. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. The first WHO report on AI in healthcare is a mixed bag of horror and delight. Here's how deep learning helps computers detect objects. Apple must make an iPad the size of the moon. Does a chair exist if nobody sits on it? Relational quantum mechanics says no. This smart pen helps do note-taking right in the digital age, and it's $50 off. You can score unlimited cloud storage space from Polar Backup for under $50. Renault Group bets big on European-made EV batteries. Reinforcement learning could be the link between AI and human-level intelligence. This gadget helps you lose weight by wiring your jaw shut. Pentagon report says UFOs can't be explained, so what now? The following headlines are from Science Daily. Unusual prey, spiders eating snakes. Striking gold, synthesizing green gold nanoparticles for cancer therapy with biomolecules. Deep machine learning completes information about the bioactivity of 1 million molecules. Blood stem cells make brain tumors more aggressive. Love, how the feeling of power determines happy relationships. Fast IR imaging-based AI identifies tumor type in lung cancer. Honey, we shrunk the intensity of laser. Sunflower peptide template for potential analgesic. New tools for pandemic prevention research, DNA sequencing from water and leeches. Scientists develop simple blood test for early detection of Alzheimer's disease. The next headlines are from Information Week. 10 ways AI and ML are evolving. 4 skills will set apart tomorrow's data scientists. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, June 28 from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah reports 2 more COVID-19 deaths and 254 new cases. Man dies after he is shot in the parking lot of a Midvale motel. Pfizer, Moderna vaccines likely to produce long-lasting immunity, study suggests. Major fire rips through Salt Lake City condo complex as parts of building collapse. John Horning, learning how to love this world, with bears in it. Pope Francis and Blinken discuss climate change, China of the Vatican. Nearly 24 current and former bioathletes competed in the U.S. Olympic trials. Here's how they fared. Utah COVID-19 cases and deaths see summer spike. Coral. Ex-Salt Lake City school board member now facing federal child porn charges. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Microsoft clarifies stance on Windows 11 minimum system requirements. The internet eats up less energy than you might think. Does evolution want us to drink? Netflix loses first court case over network usage fee. Record-crushing heat wave nears peak in Pacific Northwest. Using VMs to hide ransomware attacks is becoming more popular. Fired by bot at Amazon, it's you against the machine. Abu Dhabi starts using facial COVID scanners at malls and airports. Linux Foundation's new OVN network pushes open standards for AI-powered voice apps. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Supreme Court won't revive school's transgender bathroom ban. Stan Musial's 1943 uniform sells for over $150,000. Do you know Jenna Fisher's real name? New app could give cord-cutting cards and blues fans more options in 2022. National Geospatial Intelligence Agency takes steps towards permanent telework. Teen boy and man in 50s die in single car accident in Sappington. Molina and Arenado are all-star finalists. Voting begins today. Child tax credit. Monday is the deadline to pick one big payment over a monthly check. Florida building collapse, 10 dead, 150 people missing as rescuers continue search. Southwest Missouri sees most critical COVID patients since pandemic began. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. North Carolina restaurant adds 20% fair wage service fee to every bill. USA Basketball confirms Olympic roster. Cooler weather, risk of thunderstorms on the way following extreme heat. Olympic hammer thrower Gwen Berry turns away from flag during anthem. T-Mobile store in North Park robbed at gunpoint. 33-year-old killed in Sunset Cliffs shooting. Owners in collapsed Florida condo building were about to start paying $9 million for major repairs. Cops creator Langley dies during off-road race in Mexico. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. India says it successfully test-fired next-gen nuclear ballistic missile. South Korean Navy commissions second Dokdo-class amphibious assault ship. Ardec GmbH completes deliveries of GTK Boxer vehicles to Bundeswehr. Russian long-suffering aircraft carriers return to fleet delayed by repair issue. British Army selects Israel's Trophy active protection system for its new tanks. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. China men's basketball team prepares for Olympic qualifiers. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, June 28, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. California restricts state travel to more states with anti-locked clause list. Man accused of molesting children at San Jose daycare. Steph Curry declines Olympics, Warriors sent Green and Kerr as coach. Meet Zayn, the 2021 Gerber baby. Are you watching the longest running shows on TV, still on air? John Langley, Cops creator, dies during off-road race in Mexico. Veteran bikers stop at Chicago lemonade stand to honor fallen Marine. Dashcam video shows Santa Fe County deputy save child from choking. How many miles are too many for a used car? WHO urges continued mask wearing, even for vaccinated individuals, as Delta variant spreads. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Blackhawks hire firm to investigate sex assault allegations. Most U.S. stocks fall, but tech gains nudge Wall Street higher. The latest, England coach to decide on isolating players. Despite warning, town deemed condo building in good shape. The latest, Wimbledon comeback by American qualifier Kudla. Driver's license expiration date extended to 2022 thanks to backlog. Ethiopia declares immediate, unilateral ceasefire in Tigray. Huntley District 158 to host vaccination event for students. U.S. Judge, Rep Boebert can block people on personal Twitter. Illinois averages 60,320 more shots, 249 new cases, 7 deaths per day over the weekend. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Enrique 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 421. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, June 28th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Widespread showers and storms continue for Houston area. Rescued hiker survived 8 days in Washington state wilderness by eating berries, drinking river water. Tropical storm Danny forms just off the East Coast. First day of STAR testing cancelled for thousands of students experiencing technical issues. Human remains found believed to be of missing veteran last seen February 2020, League City PD says. New Jersey couple holds WWE-style gender reveal party. Local leaders pitch plan to clear backlog of cases amid violent crime rise. ASIC maker deal to pay $40 MTONC, change business practices, State Attorney General says. Flintstone house owner settles lawsuit, can keep home cartoon themed. Photo of exhausted firefighter battling fire in California goes viral. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. New UAW president will face huge post-pandemic challenges. Mayor, child alone outside collapsed site brings tragedy home. Driven by pandemic, Venezuelans uproot again to come to U.S. France's regional vote shows weakness of Macron and Le Pen. South Carolina's Tim Scott launches 2022 re-election campaign. 2 explosions hit Congo's eastern city of Beni. Buttigieg tours New York rail tunnel as $11 billion project looms. In Zola, Chinnick's a Bravo cinema of life at high volume. Chris Christie's book Republican Rescue coming this fall. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Photos, videos, anti-vaxxers protest as Bruce Springsteen makes triumphant return to Broadway. Early edition, the late Senator Mike Gravel, remembered by the Mike Gravel teens. Hello, humidity, NYC is under a heat advisory. Multiple people arrested as cops clash with Pride celebrants in Washington Square Park. Why the Delta variant matters if you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. Photos, massive parties and protests on an epic Pride Sunday. Photos, thousands take over Fifth Avenue for joyous Dyke March. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Why Pacific Island nations, like the Federated States of Micronesia, need climate change finance for food security now. Universal civil registration and vital statistics are critical for truth, trust and COVID recovery in Asia and the Pacific. No place for children in conflict, UN chief tells Security Council. Towards an equal future in parliaments. UN Rights Office highlights policing reforms to address systemic racism. WHO guidance on artificial intelligence to improve healthcare, mitigate risks worldwide. The $1 trillion climate finance challenge and opportunity. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. U.S. again bombs nations on other side of the world in self-defense. Dr. Fauci lied to Congress by saying he didn't know why Trump canceled a $370K grant for the Wuhan Institute of Virology when he knew it was due to fears it was the source of COVID, new book claims. The Ned's new CEO, Atlantic Council warmonger Damon Wilson. British influencer now transracial, identifies as Korean. The con job of the century? Louisiana, another FBI agent arrested for raping small children. Make-A-Wish Foundation announces they will only help fully vaccinated children, video. Number of UK children taking antidepressants peaked in lockdown. Losing the plot on COVID. Decoding California's new digital vaccine records and potential dangers. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Ball python snake enjoys dip in pool in viral TikTok video. Did Eric Chauvin underreport $500,000 in income? Did Biden say goats are like mushrooms? Rescuers, survivors could still be inside collapsed building. Is the Bukit Job hosting scorpion real? Police rescue spooked nude sunbathers from Australian forest. Hong Kong to ban passenger flights from UK to curb virus. Yabba Dabba dispute resolved. Fred Flintstone can't stay. Disneyland ghost captured on video during fireworks show. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Can tiny gold particles help us fight cancer? 10th body pulled from Miami Beach rubble as anguished families wait. This is how Michael Musto partied through New York City's Pride weekend. YouTube permanently bans Right-Wing Watch, a media watchdog devoted to exposing right-wing conspiracies. My favorite shirt this summer is made out of seersucker. How Mythic Quest became one of TV's best comedies. Arizona audit leader starred in election conspiracy theory movie. Biden communion fight raises stakes for Vatican ambassador pick. Exorcisms are back, and more political than ever. This eco-friendly coffee maker brews an excellent cup. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Times Square shooting is what happens when you don't police the little stuff. Uprooted again, Venezuela migrants cross U.S. border in droves. Saudi Arabia releases 2 women activists, says rights group. U.S. Olympian Gwen Berry snaps back at critics over flag snub. Man allegedly hurls anti-gay slur, stabs stranger at SI ferry terminal. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Astronomers confirm there's a 3rd type of supernova explosion. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Pacific Northwest sweltering under heat wave of historic proportions. Some people are facing pricey medical bills after using popular at-home colon cancer test. UFO report, U.S. has no explanation for over 140 unidentified aerial phenomena. Some Cologuard users hit with unexpected high bills after cancer test. Pacific Northwest bakes under once-in-a-millennium heat dome. Gottlieb warns of very dense outbreaks in parts of U.S. as variant spreads. After massive restoration, Rome's iconic arena opens up substructure under main stage. Massive dragon man skull found in China. Arkansas governor says final FDA approval of COVID-19 vaccine would help fight hesitancy. Gottlieb says pockets of U.S. could see very dense outbreaks as Delta variant spreads. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Missing woman called husband moments before Florida condo building collapsed, report. Police rescue nude Australians who were lost in forest. Former NJ Governor Chris Christie takes on Biden, GOP in new book, Republican Rescue. 7-year-old girl possibly attacked by shark in North Carolina beach, officials. Team USA to wear Kim Kardashian schemes at Tokyo Olympics. Search for missing Tennessee 5-year-old Summer Wells is scaling back. Australia races to stop Delta variant with new lockdowns, revised rules and population only 4% vaccinated. Maya Wiley blasts NYPD for clashes with Pride revelers in Greenwich Village. When will we know more about results in New York City's mayoral race? The following headlines are from military.com. Army to provide gender transition care, surgeries for transgender soldiers. Trump, Millie had profanity-laden blow-up over protest response, new book reports. USS Mustin to be replaced by USS Ralph Johnson after a busy 15 years in Japan. A Marine's invented truck tool is now available to any unit in the Corps. Watch, Pentagon releases video of airstrikes on militia facilities in Syria. Ukraine, NATO launched joint Black Sea drills. UK, joint airdrop drill affirms UK's support for Jordan. US F-15, F-16 fighters strike militia groups on Iraq-Syria border in response to drone attacks. Air Force investigating after squadron commander dies in Qatar. Indian police say bomb-laden drones hit airbase in Kashmir. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Calumet City man charged with murder in girlfriend's Chatham killing. Harvey police mum about double fatal shooting on South Dixie Highway. Police investigate homicide in Chicago Heights. Chicago police officer who fatally shot Anthony Alvarez in March is stripped of police powers. Rockton chemical plant fire likely accidental, fire official says. After losing battle over renaming Lakeshore Drive, Mayor Lori Lightfoot says she will still move ahead with plans to honor disabled that include $40 million park. These people at war over here, 17 shot in 2 Chicago mass shootings, including 11 in Marquette Park attack. Weather Service confirms tornadoes Friday, Saturday is Chicago area under flood watch, thunderstorm risk this week. 6 people shot, 1 fatally, while waiting for food in South Shore neighborhood. 3 killed in metro crash on far south side, second fatal train vehicle crash in Chicago area in 2 days. The following headlines are from FIS.org. DNA data and modeling reveal potential spread of invasive species. Hotels offering rooms to homeless in pandemic reap reputational reward. COVID-19 socio-economic fallout threatens global coffee industry. Shock find brings extinct mouse back from the dead. Newly discovered sperm movement could help diagnose, treat male infertility. A template for fast synthesis of monographenes. A way to surmount supercooling. Underground fiber optic sensors record sounds of COVID lockdown, reopening. The first on-chip valley-dependent quantum interference. Atomolar sensing, fabrication of surface-enhanced Raman scattering substrate. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, June 28th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. How do SpaceX's Starlink satellites actually work? Earth is hot right now, but not the hottest, or the coldest, across the solar system. The metropolis with highest density of surveillance cameras in the world. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Pro Football Hall honors Foshender with Roselle TV Radio Award. 3-star running back Jalvinsky Sklenbacher from Bellingham chooses WSU over UW, others. New this week, no sudden move in the Tomorrow War. Maya Moore to receive Arthur Ashe Award at the ESPYs. Nelly Korda a major winner and face of American women's golf. Search is on for man suspected of shooting FBI agent. Texas turn for Gibson from opening flop to Al Best 2.00 era. Mariners prospect Julio Rodriguez makes jump to Class AA Arkansas. Morata scores as Spain beats Croatia 5-3 in extra time. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Bank of Italy historic tower revamp is set to start in downtown San Jose. Great white shark was possibly responsible for world's oldest recorded shark attack, leaving 790 tooth marks. Survivors could still be inside collapsed Florida building. State to give VTA $20 million for mass shooting recovery. U.S. Supreme Court won't revive school's transgender bathroom ban. Suspect in fatal shooting of heroic retired cop, Air Force Staff Sergeant used troubling white supremacist rhetoric. Report, Spanish autopsy shows John McAfee died by suicide. Who's on the U.S. Olympic women's gymnastics team? An entire California town is without running water, in a heat wave. Evander Kane, Sharks offer condolences to David Pastrnak after son's tragic death. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Airstrikes against Iran-backed groups were intended to limit escalation in the Middle East. Joe Biden supports investigation into Florida condo collapse, Jen Psaki says. Dan Crenshaw, U.S. Olympic qualifier Gwen Berry should be kicked off team for turning back on flag. Trump joins video platform Rumble that competes with Google's YouTube. ACLU challenges Tennessee law over transgender bathroom warning signs. Japan plans to step up COVID-19 protocols for Olympics. Biden deal rule change aims to add mobile methadone vans. North Carolina announces $40 in settlement with Juul Vaping Company. Mitch McConnell rebukes Democrats for holding infrastructure hostage. Northwest braces for hottest day of intense heat wave. The next headlines are from The Intercept. How Trump bully Michael Flynn nurtured and profited from the QAnon conspiracy theory. Governor Ron DeSantis wants to defund Florida universities that teach anti-racism. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, June 28, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Palia Nursery offers rare, detailed glimpse at life 518 million years ago. First ever transient pacemaker harmlessly dissolves in body. OncoTarget, treatment outcomes in patients with advanced hepatocellular carcinoma. New, third type of supernova observed. Researchers engineer cells to destroy malignant tumor cells but leave the rest alone. Rambo speeds searches on huge DNA databases. Model that explains how charged biopolymers enhance protein clustering in amyloid diseases. Connective tissue protein fights bacterial infection. Acidic pH enhances butyrate production from pectin by fecal microbiota. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 78 people shot in weekend gun violence in Chicago, a third of them from 4 mass shootings. City-backed venture plans 250 homes in North Lawndale. Chicago cop who shot and killed Anthony Alvarez during chase stripped of police powers. Calumet City man deny bail in death of woman in Chatham. As pandemic ebbs in Illinois, let's do right by struggling renters, but also hard-hit landlords. Opting out of 2021 season could pay off for Packers QB Aaron Rodgers. After 2 mass shootings within hours Sunday night, Lightfoot decries street justice. USA Basketball will field the third oldest Olympic roster. What you need to know about getting a COVID-19 vaccine in Chicago. Why are Chicago and the state dangling prizes in front of people who have not been vaccinated? You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, June 28, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Final voting starts today to send Astros to MLB All-Star Game. What to know about shooting off fireworks this 2021 4th of July holiday. This week in Houston food events, 2 years at Monkey's Tail and 1/5 goes at Italian American. Black children in Harris County are seized by CPS 3.5 times more often than white kids. Free Britney, BTCH. Putting the G in LGBT, Clay and Payne Allen double up on Pride. The next headlines are about world records making news. Sydney McLaughlin destroys hurdles world record at Olympic trials, Yahoo! Voices. Stark reminder of danger for Torquay world record bid paddleboarder, Devon Live. Teenage pilot on track for solo round the world record, breaking news IE. Powerlifter Andrew House sets new all-time junior world record with 1,105.9 kilogram total, bar bend. Adventure news of the week, world record shattered, Tour de France fumble, and more, Gear Junkie. Bull sets pending U21 world record again, the Sudbury Star. It's on, Neil Agius sets off on historic world record swim attempt, Love in Malta. Watch, 11-year-old Lancaster breaks Guinness World Records 3 times with a bottle flip, video, entertainment, PennsylvaniaNewsToday.com. Try and beat me, British engineer stacks just 5 M&Ms, claims Guinness World Record, USA Today. Braemar Castle launch world record dancing attempt, and they need your help, Daily Record. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. All 5 Piranha movies, ranked. YouTube TV is basically cable now. Cops want more of our social media data than ever before. Researchers made a free online calculator for dementia risk. Dangerous heat wave is literally melting critical infrastructure in the Pacific Northwest. CyberNinja CEO leading GOP's hoax audit of Arizona election appears in QAnon documentary. The Nerds Watch, Best Sci-Fi, Fantasy, and Horror streaming in July. Detroit's streets turned into rivers this weekend. How to try out Windows 11 before everyone else. Samsung's take on the new Wear OS looks promising. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Jarrah in Kuwait at 125.78 degrees Fahrenheit or 52.1 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 108.04 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 77.8 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. The Linux Foundation is working to improve voice recognition ethics. We finally have a release date and new teaser for Apple TV Plus Series Foundation. Amazon is using algorithms with little human intervention to fire flex workers. Why is Russia launching a new module to the space station if it's pulling out? Qualcomm does the bare minimum for the new Snapdragon 888 Plus SoC. How SNES emulators got a few pixels from complete perfection. Newly discovered supernova may be same type as the one observed in 1054. On-road and off-road in the all-new Ford Bronco. Google launches a new medical app outside the United States. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Don't believe the Trump is diminished hype. Raw Story uncovers a huge secret tax favor for the super wealthy. Here's what happens if the Trump organization is found guilty of fraud. Pope thanks U.S. priest for LGBTQ outreach and timely image lift. McConnell's tantrum over infrastructure ridiculed in the Washington Post. Who cares what he thinks? White House press secretary expertly schools Fox News reporter Ducey by teaching him about the First Amendment. Tomi Lahren celebrates Florida building collapse as another shining moment for Ron DeSantis. Pathetic hypocrite, Dan Crenshaw blasted for attacking black Olympians and film protest after voting against January 6 commission. In blow to GOP narrative, Missouri cut to jobless benefits not boosting hiring. YouTube destroys large documentary evidence of right-wing extremism, while leaving extremist accounts live. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Documents show Ivanka Trump didn't testify accurately in an inauguration scandal case. Stop the freakout over kids' screen time. How long until citizen gets someone killed? Rudy Giuliani's Ukrainian friends keep getting sanctioned. Simone Biles cannot stop, won't stop. A parade of Trump loyalists are having second thoughts. Why the Northwest's heat dome is so dangerous. A powerful and personal tale of the kissing bug and its deadly cargo. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. No AT, no answers, Intel report is inconclusive about UFOs manufacturing.net. Life could exist in the clouds of Jupiter but not Venus, Newswise. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Letters to the editor for Monday, June 28. Let your fingers dance over the keys, the register guard. Why parents should find and develop children's talents early, the Standard. Neil McKay's Big Read, The Dawn of Transhumanism, Conversations with Dr. David Eagleman, the scientist creating a world of real superhumans in his laboratory, Hair American League Division Series Scotland. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Moon Rabbit, Advancing Longevity Pursued Through Crypto, Coin Speaker. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, June 28, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Don't dismiss the alien hypothesis. Pentagon's UAP UFO report. When does unexplained not mean unexplained? Reactions to the UAPTF report by UFO researchers is baffling. The Pentagon UFO report June 25, 2021. The first preliminary UFO report 74 years ago, the similarities. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, June 28, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.